RS Sailing have linked together with the RYA and the British Keelboat League to allow the use of the RS21 as part of the British Keelboat League. The British Keelboat League is a relatively unique way of people being able to enjoy sailing, rather than having to buy a not insignificant cost of keelboat. You can form a team, rock up to an event, pay a set amount for the weekend. The boats are fully rigged, and you can go sailing, enjoy yourself, go to the party, take all the sailing that you can, all the racing that you can fill your boots with, and then leave the boats behind and walk away. And it's that style of sailing which we're finding a lot of people enjoying, chartering boats for events and not having the ongoing ownership costs. And we see that as a big part of the future, of creating more and more opportunities and vehicles that people can use sailboats without having to own them.
Well, I think people want to communicate in a different way these days. It used to all be about sort of paper brochures and people being able to touch and feel the products. Is now much more of people wanting to get to the information they want quickly, which is where things like a dedicated website, there's very driven content to it, and also a lot of the social media interaction. And something we've very much become aware of is how people relate with you as a business. They no longer necessarily want to just read all about your products and what you're trying to sell to them. It's also to them to identify with, well, why is it that they'd want to go with Rockley? And that's where we do a lot of social media output, which is not just sales pieces, but also content pieces, things that might be of interest to our groups who come through our doors. And we've found that's had a huge impact of people really relating to us as a business and coming time and time again.
I think generally people are really keen to get out on the water, but it's finding that route to be able to get on the water. And with all the other constraints of work life, home life, people just struggle for time. So for us, it's been a way of finding initiatives to get people on the water, be it through the practical sailing courses and the theory courses. So we've had to take on other initiatives also by looking at the business and going, how can we use the equipment that we've got that's perhaps sat on the pontoon not being used during the week. So we started, this year we started a rib club. So for local people to access the ribs that are not in use for training during the week, so they can hire those for one-off fee of £150 to get themselves on the water, so which has been really well received.
New people coming in want to experience boating and the river and the lifestyle. Key thing for us is to sort of let people try the water out. They don't necessarily want to just jump in and buy a boat and have that sort of large investment straight away. So we offer them sort of hire, whether it be kayaks, day boats, or even suggest they have weekend hire on hire boats on the river, to really get a feel for it, and they can be confident that when they do purchase their first boat that it's the right thing, and they become a long-term customer.
When we're engaging with our customers, we're doing it on several fronts. Obviously, digital has become much, much more important. Websites are hugely important, and most of our new inquiry is driven digitally. Our website has changed in its design. We market much more about place and people than we do necessarily about the fact that we have a 20-ton crane. They need a 20-ton crane, but they're very much more interested by what they can do with their boat when they get to us. And as I said earlier, we're destination marketing.
So in the past 18 months, we've actually launched 2 boat clubs as well, one at Lymington and one at Plymouth, basically designed to offer the experience of boating without any of the responsibility of ownership. So people that have dropped out of boating or people that are thinking of buying a boat, it's a way to get into it without that big investment up front. They get to use a fleet of different types of boats, and then once they've been in the club for a couple of years, they might decide, yeah, that's the boating type that I enjoy and that's what I'm going to go on and buy. Or they're able to choose a boat flexibly without that responsibility of maintenance and ownership and all those added costs and added pressures that come with owning a boat. That's one of the things that we've introduced in the last 18 months, and it's really taken off, and we're looking to expand them out over the next couple of years.